Hello, YouTube live stream. Hello. I am on here to share about the hip hop rap artists from the West Coast who are rapping about how Jesus Christ delivered them. There is some artists on the West Coast in California who are rapping about how God changed them. Okay, and this is part one. And I'm gonna share with you Galatians 1:13. And I've listened to a lot of these artists that have let God change their heart, and I can give you the names of the people. Okay, the hip hop rap artists on the West Coast who are rapping about how Jesus Christ changed how He delivered them from the street life, and that's what this is part one. This is part one. Okay, and I'm going to give you some names. Okay, I'm going to give you some names. Okay, of some of the hip hop artists from the West Coast who have a relationship with Jesus Christ, who have been delivered from the street life. Okay, I'm gonna share Galatians 1:13. Okay, and then I'm gonna give you the names. Okay, of some of these artists who have been changed. They come from the same blocks, but they're not glorifying their life. They narrating. It says in Galatians 1:13, for He has rescued us. He rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into His kingdom, and the Son who loved us and whom we have been redeemed, and for the forgiveness of our sin. So the ones who are rapping about how God delivered them from darkness and forgave them of their sins. So I'm finna pull up these artists, okay? I'm gonna find it right now, okay? Let me find the album. Let's see, Grace on the Boulevard. Okay, Grace on the Boulevard. Let me find this album. It's very encouraging. Yes, let's find it. Let me look for it. Grace. Yep, it's on her. I'm looking through my library. Okay, for these hip hop artists from the West Coast who are rapping about how Jesus Christ delivered them from the street life. I'm looking right here on my phone so I can give you the name of the artist. Okay. Okay, there we go. I just found it. Is let's see. Let's find it. Okay. Okay. It's Grace on the Boulevard. Witness. Okay. This is an artist from the West Coast of California who is rapping about how God delivered him from the street life. And you can go to Bandcamp. You can go to Bandcamp and find his album, The Witness, and it's called Grace on the Boulevard. Okay. That's one of the artists from the West Coast who came out the street life, but he's narrating. He's sharing how God delivered him from the street life. So the West Coast hip hop rap artists who are rapping about how Jesus Christ delivered them from the street life, and this man's name is Witness, and it's Grace on the Boulevard. His album is on Bandcamp website. Okay, that's another artist. Let me find another artist on here from the West Coast. Okay, that's been set free. Okay, another artist, Survivor Q. Okay, God delivered him. All right, he's from the West Coast. Okay, me find another artist from the West Coast I've been listening to. I thank God for the artists on the West Coast in hip hop who are rapping about how God delivered them. That is awesome, how they've been delivered from darkness. Okay, so let me find another one on here. I got some more from the West Coast. Crossover. Okay, Holy West Coast. This is another artist. These are other artists who've been set free, and it's Holy West Coast, and they've been set free too. So you do have some artists on the West Coast who will represent Jesus Christ who've been changed by Jesus Christ. Okay, let me look more. We find some more artists on here. Okay, some more artists that's been set free too. Let me find that album. This is so encouraging. Yep, there's a shift going on in hip hop. Okay, let me find. It's some more artists on her. Okay, West Coast. It says peace in the hustle. West Coast Christian hip hop. Peace in the hustle. Witness. This is some more artists that's been set free. Okay. Okay. Peace in the hustle. Peace in the hustle. Uh, Christian hip hop. West Coast. West Coast Christian hip hop. These are some more artists that's been set free. Okay. So I'm looking a little bit more here. Okay. Saved on the West. Witness. That's another artist from the West Coast. See who is some more. Okay. Gil Gaspy, the last it says that last album. Okay. Okay. Gil Gaspy, he's from the West Coast. So thank God for the artists on the West Coast who have let God deliver them from the street life. Okay? It's so encouraging to hear. So this, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for what you have done. I have listened to Witness, Grace on the Boulevard, and it's so encouraging to hear. It's so encouraging to hear artists in hip hop from the West Coast rap about how God delivered them from the streets, from what we used to hear. Okay? If you just tuning in, the hip hop rap artists from the West Coast and California who are rapping about how Jesus Christ delivered them from the street. Witness. Okay? Grace on the Boulevard. His album is encouraging. Crossover, a group called Crossover. They're encouraging. So I pray that you check them out. It's encouraging. It's encouraging to hear this. Okay? These artists that come from the West Coast of California rapping about rapping about how rapping about how God changed their heart, rapping about how God delivered them. There's there is a shift going on in hip hop. There is a big shift. Okay? There is a shift. There is a shift. So thank God for the artists on the West Coast who have surrendered to Jesus Christ and those that have a relationship with him. Thank God for that. Okay? So I thank y'all for tuning in to this message. Okay? And I'm gonna come back with part two. It's gonna be part two. I'm gonna go to part two. Bye bye.